By Candlelight, Stories for the Dark, by Bob and Laura Antone. On the last weekend of October 2017, the authors of this book led a haunted walking tour through the town of North Bend, Washington. Around 65 people checked in at the front of QFC's commercial signage location. In years past, the South End parking lot housed a favorite community diner called the Gateway Cafe. During the late 1980s, the property was sold to make additional parking stalls for grocery shoppers. The cafe location was a favorite among old-time residents. The latest news, albeit dressed up and exaggerated at times, could be heard in the bar, muttered softly across wooden tables or inside parked police cars. In honor of town storytellers of yesteryear, tour guides read a list of names out loud. The walkthrough included true crime, folklore, legends, oral history, paranormal tales, strange but true stories, poetry, and humor. More people joined the parade downtown as the journey neared its end. There had never been another event like this in North Bend. When it comes to paranormal walking tours in the upper Snoqualmie Valley, this was the very first in recorded history. The reaction was overwhelming. The audience wanted more. In November, this unofficial tour company showcased a study of Bigfoot sightings along Interstate 90 towards Snoqualmie Pass. On location in the freezing cold, attendees walked a rugged path through known Sasquatch territory. Halfway on the tour, lunch was served and questions encouraged. This was not a conspiracy theory convention. As one would expect, some were very skeptical, while others believed paranormal anomalous events to be very real. Sneezing and guffawing their way down the trail, back to car heaters and comfort, everyone felt the ache of the cold weather. Within a short drive, they found themselves sitting at an iconic restaurant called Scott's Dairy Freeze in North Bend. Staff had invented a custom Bigfoot burger to be served to attendees as part of the experience. Tourgoers had worked up quite the appetite. The sounds of munching and devouring large, greasy gourmet stacks of rich, meaty goodness could be a story all its own. This small, unofficial word-of-mouth company then made a move to the lower Snoqualmie Valley. Up next were guided walks through Snoqualmie, then Fall City, Carnation, and Duval. In a few years, Bellevue was included alongside Cle Elum, Roslyn, and Ronald Washington. Issaquah had its day in the sun on February 22, 2020. A month later, the country went on lockdown. No one had any clue how long restrictions would last. Some lost their businesses and homes. Families were divided and people died alone in hospital beds. It was the hardest time for many, but even so, the stories lived on. With extra time to reflect on things, folks cataloged history and organized family photos. Inward thinking led to imagination and creative pursuits. Projects that were started 10 years prior finally found completion. Family and friends either fell apart or found time to repair what was broken. Stories unfolded dramatically. Every town had to adapt while communities unraveled. Every town became a script to a low-budget film not yet released. As people became more and more divided, neighbors shared incredible and very personal secret accounts in private. What was once common and mundane became fantastic and soul-searching. The first book, published in 2019, The Odd Man Up, included a multitude of family and community stories dating back at least 150 years. Since that time, the world turned on end. Like Gulliver's Travels, mythical creatures and events can become codes for real-life circumstances. A story deemed fiction might contain ingredients for factual history. Hidden meanings within words and phrases can guide readers down a path towards higher understanding. The following book of short stories is a direct result of community collaboration and walking tour research. Some of these tales are based on childhood memories, while others find their roots in nighttime dreams. Without giving everything away, certain chapters are 100% true, with only names and details changed to protect the identity of real people involved. Other segments use real details without the need to conceal. This book is designed to entertain. When lights go out and cold wind blows, let this anthology guide your way. Your next family camping trip, accompanied by this collection of rural fairy tales and true crime terror, will be even more memorable. You can start in the center, beginning, or towards the end. Wherever you end up, conversations will travel in a full circle and back to where you started. Take turns reading to each other around a campfire, gas lantern, flashlight, or a single candle. As the snow falls softly outside, escape into the tales of the fantastic. Who knows? You may recognize yourself or someone you know. Some say stories create real life, and real life inspires writing. Somewhere between this world and the next, there's Candlelight and Stories for the Dark.